Hi everybody, it's a really exciting day. We discovered yesterday, we checked with our lawyer and we discovered that it's okay for us to move from one apartment to the next here, if so long as we're staying within the city, and so long as when we go out, we're only going out on our allocated days at our allocated times. So you remember Caesar and I can't go out together because here in Panama they have different days for when men and women can go out. So Caesar's already left, he's gone to our new apartment that we found, and I'm here tonight and I'll go tomorrow, so I'm on my own here just for the one night. So before I go, I wanted to show you just a couple of little things. This is kind of amusing. Oh, I find it amusing. Anyway, so it's a man's world, yeah? And those of us who are not your average male physique are reminded of this on the regular. Well, here's one example. And for me here tonight on my own, this is a bit of a safety issue. While I'm here on my own, I'm not opening the door for anyone, so I need to use the peephole. But this is the problem. Here's the peephole, and here's my average height eye. So I'm going to stand up on my tippy toes. I can just do it. So I can just see through. It's not particularly comfortable, and if I were any shorter than bang on average height for a woman, I would find that difficult. So that's remaining locked. And yeah, I don't have like a little step stool either. Here's another thing. I mean, that peephole, that was put there by some dude who probably did it and didn't think that, you know, he's taller than your average person, because when you include averages for women, that brings the average down, doesn't it? We are a bit shorter. So this is a pretty cool system. Do your dishes here, and then no dishwasher, sadly, dishwasher in the next place. You dry your dishes and you put them up on these racks to dry them. This is my domain, right? Particularly in a country where the gender roles are more clearly defined. This is supposed to be my domain. I'm supposed to be doing the cooking and the cleaning. Yeah, right. This is the limit of my reach on tippy toes. I can barely get things out of there just by grabbing the handle. So even in my domain, it's been designed by someone who's pretty obviously not your average height for a woman. The cupboards where we've been putting our food, I've been having to get Caesar to get things down from me on the regular because my little arms can't reach in there, and that's supposed to be my domain. I know, it's a really small thing, isn't it? It's amusing, but I mean, you know, when we're designing living spaces for people, it'd be nice if they could be designed with all of us in mind, and that's not even going for disabled people. If we could do some design that includes disabled people as well as everyone else, sometimes it's just a little tweaking here and there, and it's not actually that difficult. It just is an illustration of exactly who is doing the designing and who they're doing it for. Anyway, when we get to the next accommodation tomorrow, I'll show you around. So yeah, here's our new place. I think it's an improvement. Hopefully it improves the mood, but I've got to say, we've done 5 weeks of lockdown now, and the conditions are getting more strict, not less. So last weekend, full curfew, Saturday and Sunday for everyone. There's nothing open, no one's allowed out. Total curfew. I thought that might have been just because Easter. No. That's a new thing, full curfew every weekend. So men only get to go out 2 days a week, Tuesday and Thursday. Women get to go out 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe one of the reasons for that is when you look at the number of people who are being arrested for being out and about, Just gonna sit down over here. It's mostly men. Like the other day there were over 500 people arrested for going out, and over 440, like 448 were men, and the rest were women and children. So most of them are men. So maybe that's why the government's decided that men have a more strict curfew. Anyway, they're still arresting hundreds of people every day for breaking their curfew, for not being out when they're not allowed to be out. And I looked at the total number of cases, and I compared Panama to New Zealand. Now we've got pretty similar populations, different land area, totally different borders, I get that. New Zealand's got an advantage in that it's quite isolated and surrounded by a giant moat, basically like the Tasman Sea and the Pacific Ocean. So when they stop flights and boats coming, they can close their borders quite easily. I don't think it's so easy at all in Panama. Border in the south via the Darien Gap to Colombia, border in the north to Costa Rica, and a big flow of people going through all the time. You know, I'm guessing, I just don't know, I haven't seen any news about it, that there's still a refugee flow, particularly from Venezuela at the moment. Oh my God, those poor people, they are just getting it really hard. So I compared the numbers of total cases between New Zealand and Panama and was just really depressed to see the chart for Panama just has a straight up line. It's arithmetic growth, not logarithmic, but it's not slowing. Despite now 5 weeks of lockdown, and the last 3 weeks particularly strict lockdown, like one of the strictest in the world, I think. Despite all of that, the numbers keep going up. And I think as we watch the news every night and we're looking at the reports from the government, I think maybe it's got something to do with a lot of people still not adhering to the lockdown and breaking their curfew, because hundreds of people are being arrested every day for doing exactly that. So just real quick, some further thoughts. We had a good conversation yesterday about this, some further thoughts about why people might be going out and about. I don't think it's necessarily always just because they just don't care and just don't want to follow the rules. I think economics probably plays a really big part. As always, when you have some kind of calamity or crisis, it's always the poorest people who are hit the hardest, and there will be a lot of people in Panama who are finding things very, very hard at the moment. So I'm not going to be pissed off with people. That's a total waste of energy. I'm just going to be like, practice some empathy and some sympathy. And yeah, a lot of people all over the world, but for now, from us here in Panama, a lot of people are doing it really, really tough, and that's really, really sad. I'm really hoping that this move to a much nicer, more spacious environment where we can have fresh air and not be living in an air-conditioned box is going to improve the mood. And I hope that being able to see the ocean is going to help. I mean, we can see little swell lines. There's no surf here, which is actually a good thing, because if I could see the surf down there, oh my God, I think I'd go nuts. I'd just want to go surfing. It's been weeks and weeks since we've surfed, and that's really hard. So yeah, this is as we head into week 6, not getting any easier. I think it's actually getting harder. Anyway, so some good news to report this week. Thank you so much for the lovely, kind comments. I know this just sounds maybe like really dumb, but having this interaction with other people is really nice. I mean, I'm Skyping my family all the time, but you know, having some other interaction with other people online, as small as an interaction as it is, it's just really nice. So thank you for watching. Still don't know why people want to watch, but these are the most popular videos I've ever done on this channel. Like, you guys don't seem to want to watch chill as cool surfing videos. You want to watch me talking about nothing. Okay. Yeah, bye.